I'm Bill.
I'm Chase.
And this is Wildcat Chat, the home of all things Kentucky basketball. All right, welcome back to Wildcat Chat, episode 5. I'm Bill.
I'm Chase.
And let's get into what happened last night. Ooh, rough loss to Georgia. Just when we were starting to feel good. Big win over Brown, big win over Florida, huge win over Florida. We'll get into all that. Let's start with the icebreaker this time, since I Tarantino'd it last time and put it at the end instead of the beginning. So let's start the right way this time.
I like that.
Quentin,
since you had a real fun
Pulp Fiction
brown bear talk, we got some animal chat last week. I got a good icebreaker for you. I'm going to ask you for 2 separate numbers, 1 through 8.
5
and then again
3.
5 and 3. Oh, could Tom Cruise?
It's like 4'6".
Could Tom Cruise beat a capybara?
Beat a what?
Do you even know what a capybara is?
A capybara?
Capybara?
No.
Do you know what one is?
A cabin bear?
Think of like a really big, cuddly beaver, just like a massive one.
Kind of feels like what Tom Cruise would be.
Oh,
if he was an animal, he'd
give me
be
another
like,
animal, quick. Another number.
4.
Penguin. I mean, Tom Cruise is going to beat
everybody,
everybody,
they're slippery.
Right?
Why are you so infatuated with Tom Cruise?
Ooh.
He's 4'7".
Well, our producer,
he just lost an inch in his talking.
He is short, and it is funny when they have to try to frame him with taller people in movies. And they use a lot of what they call apple boxes, and they will stack them up. But our producer Jess has a Tom Cruise podcast, The Booze Cruise.
There it is.
No, he's down here.
Oh, there he is.
All right.
Tom Cruise is
Give
a
me
great
another
actor.
number for the. Tom Cruise is going to beat everyone else. Give me one more number.
No, he's not. 7.
7. All right. Will Smith.
Who would beat Tom Cruise? Tall, large.
Another
man.
7. We're going to go Zebra. Zebra, Will Smith. Zebra?
Yeah.
I've heard
because did you see Will Smith smack? It's kind of weak.
That is true.
The reference of the.
Don't
you ever talk about my wife? Chris Rock's like, bit or not? I don't know what's happening.
He's like,
and then the zebra comes in, just like tackles them both, and he's like, woo! That's why I got the zebra.
All right, cool.
I dreamed this, I think, but the zebra would win. All right, bye.
I'm glad.
What is that?
I'm glad zebra came up because refs are going to be talked about a lot today.
Anyway. Oh, they are.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part because as Mark Pope likes to be like, it was on us. I'm a saint. I can do no wrong. I coached at BYU. I believe in the Lord Jesus Almighty. I just want to take a ref's face and just rip his head off because they just drive me freaking nuts. So we'll get into it.
I too love Jesus and would want to do certain things, certain refs. So I understand. We're all
Shout out,
fallible
JC.
human. Yeah,
Shout
we're
out.
all fallible human people.
Love it. We got like 47 inches of snow this week in Cincinnati. So my ask to you is, would you rather shovel 47 inches of snow up a huge incline to get to your house, just randomly thinking of potential possibility you've done this week, or would you rather live in Florida where you can get in the ocean every day, but you have to get bit by a shark at least once?
Once a day?
Yeah.
Oh, I would shovel snow.
Once a year.
Once a year? What kind of shark? Does it?
A lemon shark.
Okay, well. No, I don't want to get I was like, oh no, it's like the purge. It's like all the annual biting. It's December 28th. I got to get in the water. Come. This is my sacrifice for living here.
You're just sitting in your chair and you hear the purge sound.
Your brother Jason's just like, serves you right.
Must be another Kentucky fan.
Yeah.
We're going to get into him too because he took the L and he was at the game. He took my tickets and he got to experience Kentucky whoop it. I didn't really whoop it, but we dropped 106 on them.
Also, with this expansion of the SEC, this is the first time in 60 years they're only going to play Florida once. That just seems like a team we should be playing twice. I thought that was so weird that it's the first game of the conference schedule, and we're not. It's usually the last game of the conference schedule too.
Yeah, usually that was my first kiss with my wife. Was at a Florida game. I think we talked about that
in
the preview. It was the second Florida game. It was at home. It was in February. Now we're playing them in like December, which makes no sense.
Oh well.
Do we get more inches of snow on the ground, or are there more teams in the SEC? 47. Tom Cruise height, same thing.
Yeah. At 47 inches, he would be
Where
about
would he be?
72% covered.
Be like right here. It would still show his beautiful
He
face.
follows me on Twitter. I can't say anything bad about him. I'm really sorry.
He follows you?
Yeah. Well, it's not him. It's some person. It's like one time he said something nice about him, so we're gonna follow him. I still haven't gotten a coconut cake though, Tom.
Favorite Tom Cruise movie?
Ooh, well.
Oh, what?
I think it's Top Gun Maverick. Ooh, and I'm a big Mission Impossible guy. Favorite Mission Impossible movie on the spot?
First, the original.
Ah, well.
Oh, sorry.
We are no longer friends.
I haven't seen them all.
That's okay.
Don't kill me, Jess.
I like 2. It's not my favorite, but people hate to admit that. Or do they just crap on me about it? It's fine. All right.
Favorite Goose, original or Maverick?
Oh, I worked on a movie with Anthony Edwards, and I had not seen Top Gun yet. And
Anthony Edwards, the basketball player?
Isn't Anthony Edwards the name of Goose? Okay. I was like, okay.
But he's also a basketball player.
We could, yes.
Have they ever seen each other in the same? Have we ever seen each other, both of them in the same place at the same time? It's got to be the Shadow, right? The Shadow difference.
I don't think the one was alive during ER, so it probably was.
Can we talk basketball?
You asked me.
We got to just fly through Brown.
Miles Teller, Rooster.
Miles Teller.
That's my pick. Yes, just because.
But yes,
I worked on a movie with the original Goose. Have not seen Top Gun. They berated me the entire time on it, so I was like guilted into watching it.
And now it's your favorite movie of all time.
No. The sequel's my favorite movie of all time.
Got it.
Basketball. We can talk about basketball.
Have you ever done the scene with the motorcycle and like girl behind you? Did you do that with Jess? You're Jess?
No, not yet. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'll do my best.
Please stop. You sang that song. Let's keep it that way. You didn't sing. Anyway. Brown. I don't even remember what happened. It was like 6 weeks ago.
My notes are this small. It's very,
perfect. We won 88
Williams
to 54.
had like 4 blocks, which is 8,000% of his defensive output of the year. I will say this. That was the game where we needed to tune up. We won 20 plus.
Yep.
I was soloing my effort of watching the game on Amari when he was in to make sure to like, can this guy get a tune up?
Yep.
He had something that I will say about him as a plus, because I want him to be. He's got to be good on this team. He's got to be good,
or else we're not going to go far.
He can pass the freaking ball on cuts. He will do behind the back, no look, fake out on these backdoor cuts. It's amazing. He comes out. Brandon Garrison tries. It's going, like
throws it into like 38th row.
His touch is just not there as much, but the cuts are there, which is still cool. But but that game, I don't know if he had some sort of canola oil just like all over his arms and hands. The guy could not grab a rebound to save life. There was one play where he went to grab the board and it was like, and then it fell out of bounds.
Do you think he's been invited to a Diddy party?
No, I don't think it's that type of oil, but
okay, keep going.
Oh gosh.
How do you recover from that? I'm not sure how you recover. So
I don't know.
I'm just going to make a statement.
LeBron James.
When we have a lot of assists, we win games. When we don't, we lose games.
Oh, 100%.
So that's the takeaway on the season.
He couldn't grab a board, but he had multiple blocks, several steals. He played better. He didn't play great. He played better. And I thought, well, this tune-up probably will get us into Florida with some momentum, 2 home games back-to-back.
And what happened?
And we won. In one of the most offensively efficient games I think I've ever seen for both teams. I think it's going to go into Georgia, and we'll talk about it during Georgia, but showing signs of us needing to be tougher even in that game, showing signs of refs not calling things both ways also in that game. But because we made baskets, it did not matter. Georgia, we didn't have the rhythm to make our baskets. And when we have lost, which I think now is only 3, correct? Clemson, which Louisville just beat.
Saw that.
All right. Ohio State, and now Georgia. Those are 3 losses, right?
Yes.
24% 3-point percentage.
In those.
And because of the lack of threes, people start noticing that they will try to do a lot of solo stuff. Like they give up the team effort because nothing's going right. Where I feel like if they kept with more team ball,
yep,
that's where the assist comes in. Yes. So
we had 8
let's
assists.
talk about the
Georgia.
good first, because we were supposed to record this.
25 assists in the Florida.
We were supposed
game.
to record this before Georgia even happened. So I was ready to come in here being like, "This is the greatest year of my life."
Then we had the Tom Cruise inches of snow. So he's going to carry with us this whole podcast, just so you know. Tom will be here in spirit. He's here, but you can't see him. He's right down here. You can't make fun of him, so I will.
I know he would have done.
No one likes coconut.
I know he would have done
Also, by the way,
my driveway in like half the time, and it wouldn't have.
He's closer to the surface of the ground, so less scoops. Okay, I'm just asking. I don't know where you're going there. I felt like that's where you're going. Can we talk about Elijah Martin? You texted me and you said we were going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
I was like, you love names with different spellings. So
okay,
let's talk about it.
I mean, because he doesn't really. He played 36. He had 26 points. I hate that guy. I told you Walter Clayton was going to go for 30.
No, and
33.
And he drained one hand literally right here, chucked it up with a second to go in the shot clock. Like when that happens, you're just like, gosh, it's always.
He banked one in, I'm pretty sure, which banks are closed on Saturday, but apparently not in Lexington.
He looked good. He shot well. I think at one point, I think he guarded him, and then they switched. I think they put Owe on because he kept making them.
Yeah.
Or was Elijah in the second half? They switched guarded.
Second half.
Because I believe Brea was on him for some time.
Oh, gosh.
Now, he was like player of the week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give him his accolades because the guy, they showed one where he went behind the back, stepped back, over, fake.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
That man will let a guy go by for an easy 2. And it's like, all right, you shot a 3, they made it 2.
He's like the Matador.
And then
he just has like the red cape, and he's like, voila.
He does that. It's the easiest and one foul because you're not impeding their effort to make the basket. And it's just like, why foul him?
Yeah.
He did it twice that game. That is the softest. Oh, it drives me nuts. But that's.
Just so you know, I have it on video somewhere. We'll find it. Probably like podcast 34 if we get that far.
We're getting that.
My first game as a 4th grader in basketball, the ball got stolen from me.
Mm-hmm.
The kid didn't come back on defense, and nobody told me, and I was the point guard, and I was like setting up the play, and he ran behind me and stole the ball. I fouled him the right way. I tackled him and got ejected.
Oh.
So there's a video of me as a 4th grader literally just like Bill Goldberg from WWE,
That's amazing.
RC, whatever it is now. Literally, I tackled the kid and like knocked him unconscious. So that's
I like that effort. I like that.
If you're gonna foul somebody, foul him.
My first play ever playing basketball, we're talking like 2nd grade, 3rd grade, was over and back. Our coach never explained that to us, so I just took the ball and was going a further loop around there. Like you can't go past that line. And I was like, Coach, he was like,
your coach. Did they fire your coach? Because he sounds terrible.
there was a.
You think he's listening?
There was a vote. There was a vote from
me?
all the parents in the stands immediately. Like,
get him out!
We're picking this parent now, and he's like, all right, I guess I'm the coach.
You think Lou Anarumo would take that job? Okay, we're gonna keep moving here. Okay, Elijah. So Elijah Wood. What do you think of him? I'll tell you that.
Well,
you're an actor. So you like actors. You are an actor. You
he's
like actors.
also the same size as Tom Cruise. Fun fact.
You just stole my thunder. Son of a. How do you spell Elijah Wood? How do you spell Elijah?
Elijah.
How do you spell?
I know it starts with an A, and that's why I texted
It's
you.
ridiculous. Alijah.
Yeah, it's Elijah, not Elijah. It's fine.
Yeah, anyway.
It's all good.
Yeah,
I know is
it's not all good.
All I know is he was at the line for half the game. At one point, when he was shooting a 3, it showed that they had made like 20 of 30. We'll say 20 of 30. I'm not exact, but we had shot total 16 foul shots. The number one rule usually is if you, as a team, are attempting or making more foul shots than the other team has attempted, you're going to win.
Of course.
And luckily, we
Happened
shot out of the basket. Yes. Well, we're going to talk about that. But thankfully, we shot out of the stadium. Thankfully, and
they shot 55% and lost.
Yes, that's hard to do.
We shot 58% and won.
Because
48% from 3.
Yes,
Kobe Bryant is a man among men.
But
who's your favorite NBA 3-point shooter of all time?
Honestly, I love Steph. Ray Allen was that was the era when I was growing up, but it was all because of one of those ESPN sports science clips. But how much shorter Steph Curry is, how his launch angle has to be so much higher, and how he has to get rid of the ball so much quicker, and it's still that efficient.
His mechanics are just.
And it was because I was at the right age in college when he was at Davidson, and I watched him during his NCAA tournament Cinderella run. And I was like, this kid is amazing, and he's lived up to it.
I think mine's Reggie Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember Reggie Miller?
Oh, yeah. Do you remember the best Reggie Miller highlight of all time?
Was it like the 9 points in 1 minute?
No, well, I mean, that's cool, but no, it was during the
better than something better than that.
No, I was setting up.
Okay,
I was setting it. Yeah, no, the choke thing. I do love that, but no, the setup of the Pacers being like, we're about to win the the NBA tournament. Him doing a breakaway layup, and Detroit's Tayshaun Prince comes out of nowhere and blocks him from the foul line. Detroit wins.
Yeah, he's got go gadget arms. Tayshaun, like
that year. That was my freshman year of high school when Tayshaun and the Detroit Pistons won it all. That was so much fun to watch. Because at that time, you didn't have like cows like every UK players in the NBA. Like there was only like 3 to look for, and it was like Tayshaun and I don't even know at that point, but it was fun to watch.
Love Tayshaun. Anything else you wanted to get into on this Florida game?
Florida, here we go. When Owe got hot, our streaks started. It's like his an infection. Like he would like when he made a basket.
16-0 run, right?
When he made a basket, he started and ended the 16-0 run. Yep. He made the first basket to start the streak. He made the 3 to go on the and then on the second half, it was like he scored 10 points in that 16-0 run and didn't make a peep for like 10 minutes. He's
very
very
streaky,
and then he helped start another streak towards the end of the second half, which was awesome.
Yep.
I wrote all about our defense. There's a reason why I felt like we got lucky. We're a good shooting team, but obviously even a good shooting team is going to have off nights. A good shooting team might not have good rhythm,
right?
Like last night.
Yep.
And there might be things that might cause you to have bad rhythm, like last night.
Like a 2.5-hour game.
Yeah. We'll get into it.
It just finished before we walked in the door.
I think going from Florida into Georgia, which we will talk about, I have concerns about Andrew Carr.
Oh, love it. I do as well.
In the first half, I even texted you. I was like, I hope he makes some big shot to help seal this game, which he did. He actually made a 3 towards the end of the game. But when I texted you, he was -8 in his plus-minus. Yeah. He made that 3. Game's over. A couple minutes later, I checked. He actually went down to -10. He actually went worse when he was in the second half. So, I know why. What they were doing in the second half was they were switching on everything.
Because he's Charmin soft?
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking Florida.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Carr was switching, and he would most likely be switched on Elijah, who was taking him to school.
He was owning him.
Educating.
Taking his soul.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
He was doing this to him.
Yeah.
And this to him. And this to him. Whatever else you do, you kids.
Almanor came in, did really well off the bench for a little bit.
Yeah, he's okay. He's our perfect 9th man.
Yes, just when he's in, like Perry came in, did some good stuff too.
Yeah, he's fine. 8 minutes.
But
he needs to be more aggressive, by the way. You know, Travis Perry's the all-time leading scorer in Kentucky history in high school.
Wasn't it 5,000? There's some crazy.
I thought it was like 47,000 or something.
47,000 points.
Sounds
impressive.
It sounds right.
No, it's.
I met his dad once, so I'm kind of excited for him. I think
that
it
was
like
the
5,
game
000.
where when Williams was going out, Garrison had multiple turnovers on passes, knowing that he's just not. Mari, I think it was Elijah. Literally went like at the 3 and got Amari to jump 8 feet off the.
Why is he leaving his feet?
Don't leave your feet on a.
Your coach that got fired because the over and back, he knew that.
Yes.
Like he was
Everyone
teaching you
knows
guys.
Yes.
Do not leave your feet if you're 7'2".
27
Tom
towards
Cruise.
the end of the game. 27 second chance points for Florida. We have
the rebounding. The rebounding in that game was definitely a poor takeaway. Yeah, the rebounding was rough. So that's a game where that's the kind of style Kentucky likes to play.
Mm-hmm.
They want to score 106 every night.
What's funny is I sent you a video that someone had a really cool supercut of one cool play of every UK win against Florida in the last like 30, 40 years. We've beaten Florida a lot, which is cool. Even during the Gillespie years, Jody Meeks
Yeah,
had a crazy three.
Jody Meeks
to go up three, but then he fouled a guy with like 0.6 seconds left, shooting a three. So the guy's like, oh man, this is a 90-something% foul shooter. If he makes all three, it's tied. Kind of like Sparks during that Louisville game.
He missed the front.
He missed all three. And it was about the whole concept of Rupp is a sixth man in those scenarios of how loud it can get.
Yeah.
Clayton.
Yeah. Yes.
Also 90+%. He missed 4.
Yeah.
I love it. Rupp gets loud.
Did everybody get Chick-fil-A? That the whole because they missed both.
I think you have to miss both. I don't know if he at one point he missed both, but that probably was someone had to have missed both. That is fun. What like you actually helped utilize the Cincinnati Reds 12 strikeouts for free. Like what do you think is the coolest like promo food wise that you could do in a sporting event like basketball? That you could do for basketball? Because there's what else do they do? Like they make 1-3, you get a cheese coney or something silly from I feel like it has to be easier than that.
That'll be next. I have to think on that one. Right. That's going to be a tough one because we just recently
You're so food minded.
I know, but I mean, we just did the Bengals halftime kick and it sent everybody home with free pizza. That was pretty darn cool because they made the kick and
cue the footage.
Everybody got. Who's that? Who are you talking to?
Shane. He's been practicing.
Oh God. Speaking of, hope he's not watching. His wife is probably still mad at him. I told you not to do this. I can like hear it echoing. Brian, did you hear it? I told you not to do this. And he's like, yeah, but I'm Shane Graham. Look at him how.
We're on you back in.
Yeah, we're gonna talk basketball.
Sorry.
All right, what happened last night? Georgia, 82-69. I have all kinds of notes. I'm just gonna. I want to hit these because first off, the court was awful. Did you notice how just awful their new court is?
Mm-mm.
Oh gosh,
not of.
Look it up later and just puke a little bit. Like get a garbage can close by because their court is just horrible. Andrew Carr, who you were just pooping on a couple of minutes ago, he literally dropped an entire sack of potatoes on Cyril at the 4 minutes in. Did you see that when he just like straight? When he had his legs out. Yeah, that was probably the highlight of the game because from there it went downhill. I wanted to let you know too, when I say Legion of Doom, what do you think of?
Oh,
you're not a wrestling guy, are you?
No, I've heard Legion of Boom, not Legion of Doom.
We got to pull up a Legion of Doom. There's Animal and Hawk. Brian, do you know Legion of Doom? Thank you. Spikes. They came out with Spikes. They were the coolest wrestlers of all time. Animal and Hawk. I don't know if they're brothers or not, but their entire like student section had these freaking red and black Animal and Hawk spikes on. I knew we were screwed once I saw that. I was like, they've come to play. They're ready to go. Their student section. It was hilarious to me. So I had that note.
I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling growing up.
I'm sorry.
I know my mom. Well, she listens.
You know Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yes.
Okay. What is he known for?
Blaspheming the third chapter and 16th verse of a certain scripture.
Oh, hell yeah. Have you seen E.T. Stone Cold Steve Austin?
E.T.?
You have to look it up.
E.T.
You will cry laughing for 7 minutes and 36
No, I think he's
seconds.
great. That was the era
E.T.
where
or
I was
Stone Cold?
old enough. I was old enough that like Batista, Stone Cold, Goldberg, Triple H. Like,
okay. Thank you. Thanks for coming back.
No, but it was.
I was worried.
It was during the like. When was Legion of Doom?
Around there. Maybe a little earlier.
Okay.
I'm a little older than you, I think.
Hulk or
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Like where?
Okay. I'm not that old.
I'm saying, so it's a little further.
For the love of God,
I'm asking for context.
Andre the Giant by chance?
Macho Man Randy Savage. Where are we at? Like
about 5 years later.
Where the guy that go woo?
That's Ric Flair. The guy that goes whoa. Do not ever speak in vain Ric Flair's name again. Limousine riding. Okay. Lamont Butler played amazing. I felt like he was the only player that played like he wanted to win. Good.
Every single person that came onto the court was negative in their plus or minus. Every single.
Well, yeah, we lost by 13.
Well, I understand that. It's just like you would hope that someone when they came in would turn the tide.
What was his? Do you have that in front of you?
His was one of the least. It was like -6, -5.
Yeah.
Someone was -10. I didn't see this. I had to catch up on doing all the watching, and I watched highlights, but then I tried to follow all the refs being refs. Mario Williams played 13 minutes. Was he in foul trouble, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He got his third foul in the first half.
So what
Which, by the way, John Calipari, if you got 2 fouls, he would not only make you sit the bench, he'd make you go outside and wait in the bus because he would never play a guy with 2 fouls. Yeah. And Mark, he didn't actually do that. But Mark Pope would literally, he always plays guys with 2 fouls. All I know is,
this is what I saw. To give him credit, which sometimes I'm very sheepish to do so because sometimes he frustrates me.
Sometimes
he got a foul again. We didn't talk about him, but I'm going to try to look up his name.
Cyril?
No,
Cyrus the Virus from Con Air.
Big dude from Florida.
That's what I think.
Chinelu.
Yeah, oh God, I hated that guy.
When he was on the court, court, we were not getting rebounds. Yeah. He got into foul trouble. But there was a point, and I can't really reenact this. Fighting with Amari to get position as an offensive player. They get tangled up, fouling Amari Williams.
Yeah, it was
looked pretty obvious.
When he pulled him down, that was his 3rd foul.
Last night, he's the offensive guy.
Yeah.
Guy, he gets pulled down. Yeah. They call it on him.
Yeah.
Just another example of the refereeing in that game last night was atrocious.
Yes.
Are you done with your notes?
I'm done. How many fouls do you think we had last night between both teams?
Oh, between both teams. Well, if there was, at one point, there was 31-9 on the foul shooting. 31-9, and that game wasn't even over yet. I'm going to say, divide that by 2. That'd be like,
there's the 1.
I'm going to say 26 fouls. How close were we?
45 fouls.
I should have said per team almost, yeah.
How many times did they go to the monitor last night to check 6, on Kentucky?
I think people said 6.
Every time I looked up, they're like, oh, I think there might have been a flagrant foul there.
One of the refs,
Mark Pope just sneezed.
I think his name was like Amar Poole or something. Every time he's on, the games are much longer. We tend to get in more foul trouble. It's so frustrating. There was, I know we're going to show clips, but I want to at least say, I do not want to be the podcast, the team, the fan, the person to blame refs for everything.
I'll do that for us.
But I will say, when we do bad, when we shoot, because we had open shots we missed, when that happens, we need to do a better job, like we talked about. Playing more team-oriented ball, trying to keep getting the assists, not trying to go one-on-one.
8 assists.
Not trying to go one-on-one. 2, we got to get tougher. Carr made good points in the postgame. Presser.
Hey, listen to it.
Yes. Soft.
Proud of you.
Don't want to be Charmin soft. Don't want to see toilet paper emojis after these guys play. Amari's you got to put a body on somebody. I do miss Big O for those reasons. We got so spoiled. We got so spoiled of what it looked like to get not only defensive rebounds, but offensive rebounds. But this is the SEC. It's going to be an absolute gauntlet. We just played a team, 55% field goal percentage, and beat them barely at home. Went home, played the number 1 team in the country, beat them by 30. Tennessee lost by 30 points.
At one point on the ticker last night, it scrolled by and it was like Florida 53, Tennessee 19, something like that. And I had 6 different texts from UK fellow friends like, is Tennessee resting their starters? What is happening?
This is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, God.
Okay, so on the road it's going to be tough. The aspect of having to be on the road in the SEC and have to, at most of the game, play against 8 people. 5 players and 3 zebras. Bringing it back. It's impossible to have rhythm. It's impossible to gain any sort of momentum. You're never going to win. At one point, you texted me and you said, chalk it up. You're like, if that's a flagrant, we're not going to have a chance.
It's halfway through the game.
And even after that, they got it back down to 5. And that's when the flop
of the century
flops happened. And we can show they went down 5. Media timeout.
Blue Cane is his name. White Jesus is what we were calling him in my house.
If you are
Slim Shady.
If you are taking 6 different monitor breaks against UK, that is a flagrant foul now. You are not allowed to flop.
I think they should literally pull him to half court and stone him for that flop. That's what I think should happen. Everybody gets 1 stone on Kentucky's team, and you hit them with a stone. That's what I think should happen. I mean, the flop is egregious.
I hate it so much. But this isn't soccer. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. He got sniped.
So not only that, they showed a whole clip where even though we were still, I'm going to say close, down 5, we were down 7 at that point because they made a 2 and they came out of the media timeout. They shot a 3. Garrison blocked the crap out of someone.
Great block.
It kind of got back to in the right side.
Yeah.
Shot a 3. Garrison came over to that as well.
Yeah.
Flopped on the 3. I believe he made all 3 fouls.
Is that when the guy went up and he fell like diagonal sideways?
Like, did not get touched.
We'll find it.
Second flop. Someone said, watch the ref's eyes.
Wasn't even watching the player.
Watching the player.
Watching the ball.
It was only watching the ball the entire time. That is juvenile elementary refereeing. Like this is the tier 1 elite conference in college basketball this year. We need refs that actually understand how to referee. There was one, and a lot of people had pushback on this. We can find the clip. There's one where a dude slid 17 feet to get the ball. And of course, if you want to look at the rules.
How is that not?
If you want to look at the rules,
don't do it. Don't tell me.
The same point of contact is on the ground, it is not a travel. But the dude twice got his back up to try to pass it as he is sliding. That is a travel.
He was on a slip and slide.
And
it was insane.
The ref's just
he put his freaking bathing suit on. Nobody called a travel on him.
So you want to talk about stones. Slip and slide, you put the stones underneath that. That'll make him stop.
Next time.
That'll make him stop.
We got him. What about when Carr got throat choked on the ground?
I saw a picture.
And then they go to the monitor. I'm like, thank you. He got freaking throat choked. Yep. And they're checking Carr. I'm like, no, check the guy that's literally can't breathe.
No,
he's going blue, not Blue Cane, the pimply 14-year-old white Jesus. Listen.
I hate being the guy that complains on refs, but it was next level. It was next level.
It was bad.
It was next level.
45 fouls, 2.5 hour game. Get out of here. The spotlight's not on you. It's on the players and Tom Cruise. So to finish out this Florida game, I brought in Diet Mountain Dew to be our sponsor of this game because I couldn't find a milk carton. Jackson Robinson, he's on the back of this, I guess. Like
missing?
Yes. Yeah. What is going on with Jackson Robinson?
I know he's your dude. I want to ask,
I'm so sad
that his defense is usually like like he's going through the motions. I think we still haven't seen his ceiling.
Yeah.
But I feel like he wants to sleep on the floor, not approach that ceiling whatsoever. He had, I think, 6 points at almost 30 minutes of play.
Yeah. Shot.
I know he had foul trouble. Marvin Williams only had 2 points. Carr only had 6 points for your big men. I know Garrison came off the bench, and I think he had double figures. But
he had 5 shots. He's a shooter that needs to have 15 shots.
Yeah.
If
you have 24% 3-point percentage on your losses, you need to shoot more threes because 24% you still make more if you're shooting.
Yeah, we made 6 threes, which is rough. Yeah. This is a hypothesis, and I have no information if this is true or not, but I think that he's jealous of Lamont Butler's relationship with Pope because I think he thought he was going to be the man, and I can just tell by the way Pope leads his team that Butler's his guy. Butler is what runs his team, and I think Jackson's a little jealous. That's my random thought, and I think Jackson's going through the motions on that. He's been with Pope for 4 years.
I would hope he would, if that's the case, he would find a semblance of maturity and be able to get
out of it
as we approach March. Because I'm not going to say that was the exact same issue when we won it all in 2012, but we needed a senior like
Darius Miller,
the Darius Miller to come off the bench and be a different type of guy.
Yep.
And I think he fought it for a little bit, but then in the loss of the SEC tournament, he's the one that came off the bench and got hot, and because of that is what got us on that run. So
we have enough guys to make this happen.
We have enough guys, but as we look at the schedule coming up, the gauntlet is not getting easier.
So just to put a lid on something I did want to bring up, Colin Chandler. You know who he is? He plays basketball for Kentucky.
Yeah, he just got one of the guys that got engaged.
Can we just stop playing him?
When Creases, I think
just no point, no minutes. He had 3 minutes. Like why?
Some people need. It's usually when like, all right, we have 2 minutes till immediate timeout. You're gonna get double break. Yeah. If you're gassed,
I'd rather start 4 players than have him out there because this guy is just not good at basketball. I mean, he needs to go back on his little mission trip or whatever and talk to Jesus again because I just don't know what's happening. We're going to look ahead here. Mississippi State, Saturday night. So once again, no game throughout the week, which, well, never mind. We just had a game last night. It's been a long week. I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
Because of Tom Cruise, though.
Yes, Tom Cruise. No, love it. I'm going to watch the Tom Cruise movie every night this week just to make you feel good.
We're going to have to do a quick timeout on this. Have you heard about the Mummy trailer on IMAX on YouTube?
I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
It's amazing.
With the no audio?
Yes.
Isn't it the greatest thing ever?
It is amazing.
I do not laugh harder.
Almost as amazing as the movie Minority Report, which I freaking love. Never seen it? Have you ever seen Minority Report? Never mind.
It's been 15 years because they won't put out a proper 4K release, but
good pool. I love that movie.
It's good stuff.
Just makes you think. I like movies that make you think.
Spielberg's the man.
I like it. Mississippi State. Want to guess what their record is? They're typically like 7-8.
I'm looking at their record
6,
right now. I think it's
14-1.
Yep.
14-1. Unbelievable.
Technically first in the SEC. Right
yeah.
now.
So after playing Florida, who just beat Tennessee by 96, then we go to Georgia and lose to Hawk and Animal from Legion of Doom. And now we have to play Mississippi State at Mississippi State. Doesn't feel good. I'd imagine we're not going to be favored. Chris Jans is their coach. He came from New Mexico State, who made the tournament 3 straight years. So good coach, really energetic. The fans there love him. They've beat Memphis. They've beat Pitt. They lost to Butler. So that's interesting on there. Not really a lot to take away on the players. I got 2 guys that I noticed. Hubbard is their main player. He's a sophomore.
I'm looking at their stats.
Nobody really stands out other than him. So don't have a lot to take away from the team other than why are we going to lose?
I don't think we're going to.
Oh, I like it.
But if we lose twice, they have to come back home.
What's the next stretch look like after that? I didn't look yet. Who do we get next week?
We are at home against. I know we go back home.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, and then 2. So it's. Oh my gosh!
Just stop looking.
Oh, hold on. This is rough.
Bucknell, Cornell.
No, I was looking at
Princeton.
The wrong thing. So we're at
Harvard.
No, it's at home. Texas A&M at home. Alabama. So number
Alabama.
10, number 5, yeah.
Oh my!
And then it's at home. Texas A&M, Alabama. Away Vanderbilt, Tennessee. In the next 2 weeks. That's our 2 weeks after.
So we're going to beat Vanderbilt. Is that what you just told me?
Well, we've already talked about how dumb that court is, so hopefully we win. No, so what I don't want, like, Cal, during the end time of Cal's tenure, it just seemed like we technically won more often than not at home, and we lost more often than not on the road.
That's fair.
With how tough the SEC is, you hope. Gosh, this is baseball mentality, but you want to go 500 on the road and you want to have a winning record at home. I would hope that we could go 500 on the road.
We're going to need to.
Having the first road game and it's Georgia, one of the only 2 unranked teams, and we lose, that's going to be tough. I would say at Vandy is one of those I would hope we could get.
Yeah.
Because I know Cal couldn't win. He couldn't win against Tennessee as a UK coach.
Rick Barnes owned him.
Did you see that they went there on Saturday, lost, and then he goes on the press conference post-game, and he was like, we should have had a shoot-around. What are you doing? What are you doing?
That's the Cal I remember.
What? All right.
He's just going to do a little tweak, and he's going to get it right.
The tweak.
Yeah.
The tweak. I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Your guy, not mine. Oh, I didn't like the guy. You speaking of used car salesmen?
What?
Yeah, Rick Barnes, used car salesman. Cal Perry, Rick, used car salesman. Is Mississippi State a place where they all wear white and like scream like banshees? Is that place?
Oh, I don't know.
We'll have to find out when we watch the game. But if it is, we're gonna maybe lose by.
Which one did Andy Kennedy coach? Ole Miss or Mississippi State? I always
Ole Miss.
Okay.
Yeah. Andy Kennedy, nice pool.
Yeah. UC, right?
Is he alive still? Where's he at?
I have no idea.
Not coaching. Maybe coaching your second grade basketball team. There was an opening.
The over and back. UAB.
Oh, is he still bald?
Why would he not be?
I don't know. Rogaine.
I mean, he shaves his head still. I'm assuming.
Where are we at here? We're out of here. You got anything left for Mississippi State? What's the prediction?
7.
Win by 7?
Win by 7. Close game.
Best player on the team that night?
I'm always about trying to Jackson or Andrew. I want Carr or Robinson. I want someone that has looked.
Jackson's too wrong to get right. You know, he's going in the gym afterwards and shooting.
I saw that, and
so he's doing the right stuff.
I appreciate it.
Mamba mentality.
That was the Florida game. And I want Brea to have five rebounds. I'm tired of him having
just staying outside the 3-point line.
4'9", getting behind him because he doesn't put a back on anybody.
Since when did Tom Cruise start playing basketball?
I said 4'9", not 5'9". I mean, it's fine.
There's no way he's 5'9". I'm 5'9".
You want to? I'm
5'10" on my license.
Put this on there. We're gonna put this on here. Have you seen his infamous college photo?
No.
He's sitting at a college party with a UK shirt on.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. His family was from here.
Tom Cruise is now, as of right now, breaking news, my favorite actor.
Yep, it's right there. We'll find it.
My favorite actor of all time. I love that guy.
Show me the money.
Mission Impossible 2, legit. You're welcome.
We're back.
I'm
Bill.
We're
back, and I'm Chase.
And we're out of here.
Let's
go. Cats.